up for you at the moment?
So card that has consistently come up over the years is the Chariot card. I have a love-hate relationship with this card, and interesting enough, I was listening in on one of the talks that you're doing a couple of weeks back, and you were explaining how the chariot in certain traditions relates to the sign of Sagittarius, and usually temperance is normally the card there, but when you're explaining that the chariot is also attached to Sagittarius and how, and I was like, oh yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. So the
Yeah.
chariot being the card of self mastery, like clearly the big point of me being in existence in this lifetime is mastering myself, because
Yeah.
that tarot card keeps popping up, and it's always in those times where I'm either shifting into a new stage in life, or getting rid of old habits or patterns, or some kind of transitional movement in life from this stage to this stage. The chariot pops up, and it's normally when I don't want to see the chariot card, because it's just going to frustrate me, because it's going to tell me what I know, where it's like, hey, you're mastering yourself. You need to master yourself. I'm like, I know this. Can I have a different card? So I love the chariot card for what it represents, but I'm also like, man, I'm sick of seeing this card. Like,
Damn
when does
it.
the self mastery end? It's like this
Yeah.
consistent journey. That and the Tower card, because with all the shifts and the transformations, um, joked with you earlier about death, taxes, and Tower card moments. Like, those are the things you can't escape in life. You're always
Yeah.
going to have these things to deal with. But the tower is also a great companion card. So many people see the card and they're like, oh, my life is doom and gloom, it's all going to come crashing down. That when things come crashing down, it means you've got the chance to build something better for yourself, something more stable and more sturdy. That current foundation clearly wasn't strong enough, because, well, the tower came down. But it gives you that new start, that new option to rebuild from the ashes, and I love the card for that purpose. So yeah, love-hate relationship with the chariot, but I love the tower card. Oddly enough, most people are like,
Yeah.
ew. I don't want to
Yeah,
deal
no,
with this card.
the tower card coming up it's like a punch in the gut, let's be honest. But I
Hmm.
think it's never really shocking, because the reason someone has arrived with you, or the reason you're looking at the cards, is because whatever it is already happening. So I
Yeah.
think the tower card just gives us that that one thing that we need in crisis, which is absolute clarity,
Yeah.
absolute clarity of what we're doing now, because this is what it is. There's no
Sure.
illusions anymore, there's no false promises. We are in this situation, and now we have to do something about it, and we have to do the best possible thing that we can. And so I think
Sure.
that's the one relief, and the power that the Tower card offers us, is that ruthless clarity almost. So as scary as it is, as tough
Hmm.
as it is, this is where we rebuild ourselves. This is where we make the change. So I resonate with that as well. Um, and yeah, the Chariot and you being a Sagittarius is a lovely connection for the two of you to have bumped into. It is an older interpretation, so it's not the most common or the most popular, but it
Hmm.
was a very interesting uh, a very interesting thing that I learned when I was doing some more depth detail on the tarot. So for me, I'm kind of resonating with strength at the moment, and also I am a Leo, so maybe there's a commonality there. But I'm juggling multiple jobs. I'm trying to expand on my consulting business. I'm really enjoying my teaching in the esoteric subjects, and going through some personal stuff, some shifts and changes, and just trying to balance everything together. The strength card, I really resonate with the sort of earthy troubles of finances and life and relationships, etc., and then the sort of heavenly things of spirituality and the balance between the two, and just approaching the everything with perseverance, compassion, and courage. That's
Hmm.
kind of like how I'm trying to do my journey. um so I just keep on keeping on in a very positive way. And then the star has also come up for me, which ironically is the one that comes after the tower, which is where everything has fallen down and you're starting fresh, and you're using your spiritual enlightenment to light the way and to plant new seeds for the future. And I really love that star energy. I've always resonated with it. the hope that it provides, this freedom that it provides, the safety that it provides. And I try to bring that energy into my work with my clients and with my students. This is what luminosity can come with the working with the tarot and working with this kind of work.
I
So
love
those
that.
are back to you.
Yeah, the word luminosity is such a great word to use with the star card, because it's not this bright glaring, spotlight. It's more just things coming into focus in a very gentle way. I think it's such a beautiful word you've used there. Yeah, the star following the tower card does make a lot of sense, because and if anyone thinks back on their lifetime where they've hit those tower card moments of just chaos and destruction and everything falling apart, it follows that star energy straight afterwards. The clarity is there, the softness is there, everything falling apart was for a good reason. Yeah.
Definitely one of the more beautiful cards of the deck, I think.
Yeah, I think it's one everybody likes. That and the sun card.
Yes.
Yeah, nobody wants the devil or the death card. Fuck those lots.
Yeah. I quite like the devil card, to be honest. I mean, I know all the things that it represents, but I feel like it's got such a bad reputation in the world because of its false and misguided associations, that I think it gets a hard rep. So, certainly when we are going to teach the devil card, or when we go into the detail and the symbolism that sits there, we realize that he's no more than a shadow representative rather than something evil. And actually, he's there to, as a form of trickster, to show us where we are trapping ourselves, where we're hurting ourselves. And he's just got an unusual appearance, and as a result evokes a sense of fear, distrust, discomfort, which is what he's there to do. That's what the shadow is there to do, is to make us aware of where we are and what we're doing, and that it's not helpful to ourselves. But so I always find the devil card, he comes up when there's some interesting work to be done, and some introspective work to be done, and it's like a real, like, hey, look at you, what are you doing right now? It's a real in your face kind of card. So when I see the devil, I get a little chuckle, because I think, oi, got to do some work now, got to do some acknowledgement,